This is Kendell Lenice, and you are watching Kendell Lenice live right here on YouTube. Before we get started, I want you to subscribe below, like, and share with your people. Don't be stingy. Let people know about my YouTube channel. I'm all about education, elevation, and entertainment. So I'm bringing to you Kendell Lenice Live, the interview series. This one is like no other. My guest today might look familiar to you if you subscribe to the channel, if you've seen all the past shows. She was just recently a part of the Men and Women's Forum. She did the Women's Forum on the minds of women, and she showed a tender, sweet, vulnerable side of her. But as everybody, Valencia J, who is my guest today, she is layered, just like we all are. And I wanted to introduce you or reintroduce you to her in a different way. She is an amazing businesswoman with a lot going on, and particularly fire and ice. That's what we'll be talking about today. It is her movement for domestic violence. I'll allow her to talk about that and all her other businesses because I believe you should meet her in this capacity. So without further ado, I should say Valencia J. I was going to say, before I go on and on, Valencia J, say hey to the people.
Hey. Oh my God.
She is ready to roll. Right. So I just want to say first, before we even get started, that I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you are able to share who you really are and share your story and testimony to heal yourself and others. I think that that's impactful, and I think it's powerful. You know, people might not, let me tell you, let me just put it on out there. I know you were kind of embarrassed about the Women's Forum because you were on medication, because you are a burn victim and you were dozing off a little bit. But you heard everything and you've been through a lot. So I just want to say there was an outpouring love for you and saying, you know what, she's brave, I'm praying for her. So I just wanted to say that, to get that out the way. So how do you feel about that? And I know you don't want to watch the forum, but how do you feel that people that don't even know you, and even the women on there, they were praying for you and they really wanted to see you well?
I feel good about it. You know, I've never been one to like sympathy or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm thankful. I'm learning how to be thankful for that. I just don't want to be looked at as a charity case because sometimes people do use their issues, their problems to get sympathy. To get different things from different people, and I'm not that person. I'm not that shallow. I don't want to come off that way. So sometimes I tend to, as you say, you hate what I do, I deflect. I laugh about it, joke about it, because I just don't want to make me the center of the topic, because it's not, even though I've been through a lot, I just don't want the spotlight to be always on me. I want my survivor, my living and being alive and all that stuff to go on to someone else that probably needs a little bit more attention than I do. I'm not gonna say I don't like attention, but just need it a little bit more than I do. So I'm thankful and I'm blessed, and I thank them for understanding. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. But one day when you feel like it, just take a look. And you'll start to love yourself in a different way, because I know you normally don't reveal a lot of parts of yourself because there are a lot of judgmental people out there. There are a lot of people that criticize and they're critical of someone else's life, which I'll never understand. But, you know, you might think, okay, that wasn't the forum for it, but it was a live show. You were hurting and, you know, you've been through a lot. So I just want to say on the record, you know, nobody said this, but just in case you're thinking it, people are like, she's nodding off. She wasn't nodding off because she was drunk. She was this. She is a burn victim, and she took her pain medication. And she said to me, I should have took it a little earlier because I didn't know it was going to make me sleep. She had an accident with this same medicine, a car accident, and totaled her car behind this medicine. So this is a real health issue. So before you judge, if you did judge, if you silently judge, you got to know someone else's story, you know? So I appreciate you. But we're going to get off all of that, and we're going to talk about the business, okay? The business.
The business.
Okay. So let's just run down. Let's talk about the brows. Let's start there. So tell everybody about Pinky's Brows.
Pinky's Brow and Lash Boutique. Oh, God. I've had that business for over 10 years. It really, about, going on 12, actually. She has taken off. When she took off, she took off. I swear to God, I think I couldn't hold my feet to the ground long enough. Everything started rolling into a molehill. They say when you ask God for something, He won't get it, so you need to be ready. But I wasn't ready for everything that came with it. You know, you kind of set yourself up thinking like, I got it. I'm thankful for it, but I learned a lot being I wouldn't even say a new entrepreneur. I just learned a lot just doing everything just about myself. Then I had other things that were going on in my personal life that started interjecting into that. So I'm thankful for the ups, and I'm thankful for the time, the downtime from it. It taught me a lot that I wasn't a failure. I had my own space. I was on Fox 5. I did all that. It was really commending. I mean, I loved it.
Fox 5, you go into that. So you were on Fox 5.
I was on Fox 5 News for my lashes, because I can make my own lashes, and they were trying to learn how to do strip lashes. Like if people had, in a rush to go somewhere and someone that doesn't know how to do lashes, how would they put them on to cut time down so they can go to an event for that day? That day was very nerve-wracking for me, but it was exciting. Sean Yancey, I actually was in one of she has an event, Girls Night Out. And I happened, a friend of a friend knew Sean, and I ended up getting a table to be a part of that Girls Night Out event.
Is this in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. She has it every year. And when I say, after that, I was out. I was gone. I was on skates. I was on ice. I was just moving. I helped her with her lashes in the bathroom. And then after that, she was like, how would you think about being on the news? I was like, you sure? She was like, yeah. She said, I'll reach out to you. Give me your info. I gave her my card, and I swear, I think the event was on a Sunday. Her team got a hold of me on Wednesday. They were trying to get me on Friday, and I had to postpone it. So can you give me 2 weeks? Because I think it was like a shell shock situation. Like, wow, all my hard work is paying off. Wow. I had clientele, really top-notch clientele, Karen Huger. I met her before Potomac Housewives, right before they were getting ready to take off, because she had her first party at her house in Potomac.
You met wait a minute, you did the Grand Dame? Is that what you're telling me?
I did Diva, honey. I've done Diva. I did her when they were getting ready to film. She found me off my website.
Wow, the Real Housewives.
Yeah, Karen Huger. I went to, actually, if you look at the first episode, like first episode when they had a party at her house, I'm way in the back in the kitchen because they were filming. But I mean, it was exciting. Like I said, I was like being thrown into stuff, and it was truly a blessing. But it was what you see on reality TV. It's all
staged.
Yes.
Scripted.
Yes. To have that insight, it's amazing how people pay for other people's drama. They make friends have a beef that don't have a beef.
Yeah.
You're beefing, but people like drama.
Yeah.
Sometimes people die flat. I learned sometimes people like to put themselves in other people. I grew up with was it Dynasty? I grew up with that when my mother used to watch that, and Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful as the World. The only reason we watch drama is because we got so much drama of our own. We want to see somebody else's shit go on. That's all. Like, I'm not the only one. The only difference is ours is real. Theirs is on a page.
Right. And they can go home. Somebody can cut and their drama is over for that day, where the normal person is still continuing that drama.
Absolutely.
So you do brows,
Lashes,
brows, lashes,
microblading,
microblading, and
eyebrow
talk about
extension.
eyebrow extensions. And that's what I want to talk about, because you service, and which I think is so noble and commendable, you service cancer victims, or survivors, I should say.
Survivors. Yeah,
Let's
my
talk
mom's
about
a cancer survivor.
talk about that.
I went to school for cosmetology. I went to Bennett Beauty in DC, but before I went there, I actually went to Grand Web. So I'm kind of universal on different types of stuff. I went back to Grand Web to get my esthetician license. So I have my cosmetology and aesthetics license. I didn't want to do hair. I felt that the hair business had been so saturated. Everywhere you turn a corner, you could be with a bum on the corner by the 7-Eleven, somebody doing hair. Like it was too much. Then when I got with my best mentors ever, Gerald and Dervell, I miss them so much. I learned a lot from them in the industry, but what I wanted to focus on was brows. There's not really, and a lot of my clients say that, actually in this area, I think we're only Black woman
In DC,
that focused on brows.
the DMV.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Because you do, amazing bows and brows. You vow to do brows, but your brows, the eyelash extensions, the eyebrow extension. What else?
Body waxing, eyebrow tinting, sugaring, microblading.
What's sugaring?
Sugaring is a faster way of waxing, but it's with a sugar base. And normally, sometimes we'll call it speed waxing. And it actually makes the skin a little bit more smoother and less, where people have a lot of, they turn red from that being, newly waxed or haven't waxed in a while. So it's a little nicer on the skin. But you have to be very careful on who you use it on, because with my clients, I always stay with the same waxing products. I try my best to, because everyone has a sensitivity to something. And what I found out of that wax, I never had that problem. So I stayed that way.
So when you, let's talk about microblading, because I thought about in that before. And I went back and forth. I did a lot of research on microblading, and so many people are getting their eyebrows microblading. And for those that may be interested, tell them about that, what it is, and tell them about the procedure, how that gets done.
Jesus. The microblading actually is a temporary tattoo. It lasts like a year and a half. Everyone is different. Some people may need a touch up within 3 to 6 months or within that year. Some people don't need a touch up at all. It adheres differently to everyone, differently. When someone is interested in microblading, now you got me talking crazy. Microblading, I actually send them an email. Once I get their information and I lock them in, I have to give them they have like 2 weeks to follow a strict guideline, because you can't do caffeine.
Caffeine?
You can't do caffeine 2 weeks prior. Because sometimes, however it adheres to different people. Some people say, when I drink coffee, I'm like, I get a rush. You don't want, that's like somebody cutting themselves. You don't want them to have excessive bleeding. Like they tell you, don't drink when you're getting tattoos, but how many people listen to that? Okay.
So 2 weeks prior, if someone is thinking about getting microblading, the procedure, do not intake caffeine. That means chocolate too. Anything with caffeine in it?
Anything with caffeine. Like sometimes I'll bend, sometimes if I know my client and I know they're not hard-headed, I'll bend it a little bit and be like, okay, well, you know what you can and cannot do. So They'll be like, oh, okay, Valencia. Then it interferes with the healing. The microblading healing is a lot different. People look at it like, oh, I'm getting a tattoo. Yes, you're getting a tattoo, but it's temporary. It's not going past the second layer of your skin. It's only sitting at the top surface.
So it's surface. Okay.
Right. So you have to remember, when you heal, when you get tattoos, you heal, but then the scarring comes off. Well, this scarring, it scars differently because it's at the top of the brow, and then it's not deeper than the dermis. So it's like right at the top. So a lot of people don't understand that, and then a lot of people don't follow directions when you express to them on how to take care of it after it's going to shed. You're gonna be, oh my God, my skin is shedding. No, it's just the top layer. If you say I want a dark brown, it's going to be the darkest of dark. But as time goes on, it's going to shed that layer, and then you're going to get that natural brow.
Okay.
You have to keep it, moisturized. You can do it. Some people use Vaseline. Some people use a different type.
You just got to follow the instructions. So whoever.
Right, but a lot of people don't read.
Yeah. Whoever does your procedure, like Valencia said, you got to follow the instruction. Just like if you get a piercing or, a standard tattoo, you got to follow. Because if you want the best outcome, then you have to follow the instruction someone like Valencia J would give you when she's doing the procedure, right?
Right.
Okay. So let's talk about, because I want to get all your businesses in. So, but first, before we get into the other businesses, tell the people if they're looking to get lashes, if they're looking to get microblading done, if they're looking to get eyebrow extensions, eyelash extensions, tell them how they can reach Valencia J, Pinky's lash and brows.
Okay.
And then
basically right now, I'm sorry.
No, I was saying then we'll go into the other businesses, but I want to get that one out the way.
Well, I mean, with that one right now, because the website is under construction, actually we're working on that now. With some things going on because I have products, so I'm actually trying to get my products on there, and something went down with the website. But if you really need to reach me, it's I am Valencia J Brows @gmail.com, and I'm always on my email, so it automatically comes to me to let me know, someone has a question. And it also lets you know, give me 24 to 48 hours to respond.
Okay.
But sometimes I'm actually on it quicker than 24 to 48. But that gives me some timeline just in case I'm caught up into something else. But I do respond.
Okay. So you talked about your products. You have products being uploaded. And I know you sent me some, and I've been savoring it, and I'm out of my other one. So I'm about to use yours. I've been savoring it. But tell the people what other products you have available or available.
Well, the eyebrow powder. I have the eyebrow powder wherever that may be. It's not around me right now. My eyebrow powder line, I've had that for like 6 years now. She's been doing pretty good. That's my platinum, the platinum line. I'm actually working on that was a gold series line. Now I'm working on the platinum line. Just changing the content, the box, and how it looks. Then my new babe is my mascara.
Yeah.
So the mascara. So basically right now, this is the infant of the infant, but then I got bags too and pillowcases. So those are the infants at this time. I had a lipstick line. Well, I do have one, but I guess with everything that went on when the fire happened, it pushed my timeline way back. So majority of the lipsticks that I fell in love with, they're discontinued. So instead of me just saying, oh, I have a lipstick line and throw it out there, I'm taking my time with that to kind of figure out where I want to go.
Right. Okay. So you got the brows. You do brows. You have microblading. You do that. You have the eyelash extensions, the eyebrow extensions. You have mascara. You have eyebrow powder. And you also have a bling bling situation going on. Let's talk about that.
Vivacious blings. That was,
and they're amazing, by the way. They look amazing. You do a phenomenal job.
like you, one of them. My Hennessy.
Okay, wait, bring it. Okay.
My
Now,
Hennessy bottle.
explain what this is for the people in the back who can't see.
Well, what you see is a Hennessy. Well, Hennessy is my favorite drink. I can't drink it right now, but Hennessy is my favorite drink. And I actually, when my fire happened, and then I was up in the air with pinkies, I just happened to be home one day, and I'm on YouTube University. I saw bling. And I was like, I'm paying all this money to go buy bling, and I love bling. I was like, let me go see if I could do this. So I tried it. I started blinging out the mirror. Then my son was like, what are you doing? So I don't know, I'm just trying something. Then I started doing wine. I started doing bases. So
Those
they was like,
bases, let me tell you, I need my base. Those bases are phenomenal. I'm waiting for my base. That's what I know. Those bases are phenomenal. They really are. And I'm not just saying.
Thank you. I just started playing around with it. Because I have from the fire, I have really bad PTSD now. Mm-hmm. So instead of me sitting around, I was stressing about pinkies, and then I was stressing about, I'm always busy, then you got surgery every 30 days. I just wanted something to occupy my time. Mm-hmm. I was like, you know what, there's nothing. I can go to I'm at the dollar store. Let me go to the dollar store. And they was like, oh, you can make this out of, from the dollar store. So me, I'm on Michael's ordering. I'm like, okay, so I started getting all this marbles and crystals and stuff. And I was like, I could try this. And I tried it and I liked it. And mm-hmm. then I was like, let me do some more of these and see. And then I played around with this one. I ended up making the girl boss.
Oh, wait, bring it closer.
Girl boss.
That's nice. I'll take that too.
I'll get you. I'll get you one. So
I need a lady motivator blinged out.
I figured that. Yeah, I wasn't gonna give you a girl boss. You kind of need that one. Yeah, we'll work on that one because that's wood.
I don't know if I share that with this viewership, Kendell Lenice Live. I go by the name of Lady Motivator. I am a transformational life coach and speaker. So I don't talk about that on this platform, but I go by Lady Motivator. So I would love to have a bling bling situation going on with that.
It's noted. Trust me. It's noted.
Yeah.
It's noted. Somebody already gave me two frames to do for them, bling their frames out. So their wedding frames.
Yeah. You have a Instagram page with all of your stuff, right?
I'm actually that's what I'm right now. It's like a big transformation. I'm exhausted from it. When you was like, oh, I said 4:00, right? Because when I saw you text, I was up. That was the first time. Maybe it's because I'm working out too. I haven't slept past an hour in months. So for me,
you already know my sleeping situation.
Yeah, you know mine too. So we kind of on the same boat. So for me to say, oh, I would sleep for the first time, trust me, it was the first time. Mm-hmm. So I have to cherish it when I get it, but I don't get it. I don't get it like that. So I think it's because now, the working out but I was exhausted. I just been like moving and my mind stay moving.
But creative folks, sometimes it's hard to sleep, and not insomnia. I'm not talking about suffering from insomnia. I'm talking about the ideas, the creativity. Yeah. It seems brew at night. So you're up trying to create and making things happen. And
if you only knew.
Yeah.
I'm up here trying to do something. It's amazing. We'll talk about that off the record. But Vivacious Bling wasn't supposed to be noticeable. It was just for me to do. So
I saw some on your Instagram page and I was floored. I was like, wow.
I'm actually separating so much. A friend of mine was getting on me because they was like, okay, you got a lot going on here. So now that's why I said the website is kind of, because now I got Fire and Ice and they they were like, what do you want to do with Vivacious Bling? I said, I want to do it. They was like, okay, but we still have to put that where it needs to be. So right now we're like dividing. We're trying to get Pinky's Brow back with my brow business. Period. I do have a personal page now that I actually just started 2 weeks ago. And that's just personal. That's not my business. That's just my personal life. So we're trying to figure out all this. Well, I'm trying to figure it all out, and they're trying to help guide me with it.
Yeah.
It's just a lot, and I love it though. I mean, because you would never know. I don't know. Everybody was like, "You're just so talented with your hands." I don't know. I guess when you get put in this, sometimes that's why I say you have to be mindful of the blessing that we're receiving with COVID.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, because the world is still. It's not all the way still, but now you can't say you don't have the time to think about stuff.
Yeah.
I know everybody's on a budget. I get it. I love to work. I get it. But sometimes God just needs your attention.
Yeah.
So, to anybody that's listening, I know it. I get it. Money's funny. But just look at it this way. Government paying you to stay your tail home.
Mm-hmm.
So it may not be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to worry about calling off and asking your boss if you can use your time. You got it. So utilize it.
Right.
So that's it.
Right. But I want to, because we have a few minutes left, and
Okay.
I want to talk about fire and ice. And if you can tell them just quickly, because they've seen your story on other platforms, but I really wanted to focus on the business. But we got to talk about some of it when we talk about fire and ice and why you decided to do that. So if you can quickly tell our audience why you decided to have the fire and ice event.
Fire and ice, domestic and burn survivor project. I honestly don't know where it came from. I used the fire and the ice part because I was hot and cold at the same time. To be very honest, didn't know I was on fire, did not know I've been burnt, and all I wanted to do was needed something cold. But my life was running in that platform for a minute. Sometimes you hot, and sometimes you cold to certain things, and sometimes it's the wrong thing. It could be the right thing. But I really wanted to focus on the domestic and the burn survivor project because I've endured that, and that's a lot
Mm-hmm.
to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
Fire and ice just came with it. I don't know. One day I was just like, I want to do something. I want to give back. I can't hold all this in,
Yeah. Yeah.
So what could I come up with? And honestly, not trying to be funny, what came to my mind was the day when I was fussing and cussing, not knowing I was burnt, fire and ice. So I just kind of thought of it. It came up to me. I was like, nah, nobody gonna pay attention to that. And then it just kept coming and coming. And then after that.
So what will it be?
Fire and ice is going to be, actually, I want to do where you have different vendors, have events where we can put different people on different platforms, not just a talking platform, but a platform where men and women and children can understand you're not by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing this by yourself. She think, she just made it through. She lucky. No, I'm blessed.
Mm-hmm.
And then by me going to Phoenix Society is another place that I went in California. That opened my eyes up to a lot. And it helped me see that I wasn't alone. When you're like a domestic survivor, you just, okay, nobody wants to hear it. I don't want to fuss about it. I'll just endure it.
Mm-hmm.
But being around people that are living, despite them losing limbs, a loved one, being burnt as a child, and they can speak their story, why can't I be a part of that?
Yeah.
I am that.
So you want to give that back to other people?
I want to give it back. Yeah, because we always taking and taking.
Yeah.
We're never doing it. We're never giving back.
So what lesson, if someone attends this event, which I'm so happy to be a part of, what do you want them to take away after leaving the fire and ice event? And I know we're in quarantine shutdown right now, and it may or may not be prolonged, but you are going to have this physical event. What do you want the person coming to receive when they leave?
I want them to understand that you can make mistakes. You can you can sit around and either you can pray, get yourself around people, even though you may not want it, whatever mindset you're in. Just know that you're not by yourself, you're not alone, and that you can take this information and you can make new friends, or you can make team builders, and have somebody you can, if you're frustrated one damn day, and just be like, look, I want to scream to the mountain. Go ahead and scream. I'm listening. You know, if, you know, like I was doing Facebook a lot. I was recording every time I went into the hospital and stuff like that. I will be coming back with that, but I mean, that's tiring when you're doing it by yourself. You're at every appointment almost by yourself. You know, I want to build a team, or, you know, people as a group where even if I can't be there at the appointment, I can be with you later on down the line and call you. How did it go? Or, you know, people locally can be like, let me go check on Valencia. She had her surgery today. She might need something. Or we already know that you'll probably come through later. Just to have that uplift. We don't give back enough.
And I agree. And I totally agree with you. And I totally am there for you. Anything that you need for this event, I think it's powerful. I think it will be impactful. And I love that people see this side of you. So before we conclude this, my main goal is to really let them see Valencia J like I see Valencia J. You are layered like everybody. You go through ups and downs, but you handle your business and you're there for a lot of people. So what's that one thing you want this audience to know about Valencia J?
I'm very outspoken, and I don't have a mute button. Sometimes I need one, but I'm actually I'm in the midst of learning. I'm learning that to give more to myself and not spread myself so thin for other people. Which has been very hard for me, because I feel guilty if I'm not there for other people. I feel like I failed. But if I'm not there for myself, I can't be there for you. So that's you know, that's a selfish type. Well, it's another word we were supposed to come up with this week, but it's a selfish type of thing. I can only give you what I know and what I can offer. It won't be perfect. I'm not a perfect package. So if that's what you're looking for, you're not getting it here. You know? So just want to be able to give back love that I didn't get, but love that I have received in the midst of my growing pains, or whatever you want to call it. So that's me. And you know, and talk to me more. You get to know. But other than that, that's all I can tell you right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I thank you so much for joining me here on Kendell Lenice Live. Everybody, subscribe, like, and share. This is Valencia J. She is more than just what you see. You can't judge a book by its cover. She got a lot going on. Most importantly, she's a businesswoman. She's intelligent. She is smart. She's a great mother, and we're on the heels of Mother's Day, or getting ready to be on the heels of Mother's Day. I want to say happy Mother's Day to you. And hopefully you can make my Mother's Day brunch.
And then also come up with.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So hopefully you'll be able to do that. But I thank you so much for joining me here on Kendell Lenice Live. Remember, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching Valencia J. Thank you so very much for taking the time to speak with me today, so people get to see another side of Valencia J. Any last words, my dear?
Happy Mother's Day to everybody, and don't forget, you know, give somebody a smile, because you don't know what they're going through.
Right, absolutely. And Mother's Day will be before you watch this or after you watch this. But like I said, it doesn't matter when Mother's Day is, because Mother's Day is every day. Or some people say every day is Mother's Day. All right, God bless. I love you.
Love you too.
All right, take care. Mwah.